Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Hey Nelson, how are you today?
I am pretty good.
That's what I like to hear, because I don't know if listeners know this, but you now take Mondays off.
Yeah.
So well rested, plenty of time to do the notes. I imagine this show better than ever. Unless you didn't, and don't tell me this, you didn't just play video games all day, did you?
Well, not all day.
Just an average show, listeners. Just an average show.
It's just going to be just the usual. No, it's a special episode.
Oh.
Because we're up to episode 111.
111.
The old 111. It's pretty much every podcaster's dream.
You know what they say? The 111 is going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. That's promises we can't live up to.
Yeah. If maybe it's not as fun halfway through, we'll just put on something fun on TV.
Yeah, and you can hear like the end of an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something, which is good fun.
It's fun. It's fun. Canberra.
Yeah.
Don't know. I feel like I was gonna say something.
Have you not planned the show at all? Is this what these Mondays have deteriorated into?
Well,
so now you don't even have anything to start with. You're just like, Cambo,
what are we?
Let's just play the outro music.
What are we doing? You know what? Let's just get into it. I was like, you know what? There was something that I was gonna.
Well, actually, no. I have a small fact for you, Nelson.
Oh.
So, not long ago, I was down at the Peter Mac Run for a Cure, cancer thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't running, Nelson. Don't be crazy.
Yeah.
But I was supporting those who were running.
Yeah.
And I ran into a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, Kat, who was running.
Okay.
And she was very tired and a bit delirious because she'd just run a half marathon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Kat, how are you? She goes, come here. And she pulls an earbud out of her thing and she puts it in my ear. And what is she playing? But Reddit on Reddit.
Why? Why the punishment?
Well, two theories.
We're not running music.
Either
content.
We don't believe in ourselves enough, Nelson, but we are actually people that can motivate people to keep going. Or, this is my far more likely theory.
Okay.
She was so brain dead at that point that even music was too much. And she was like, I just need some kind of white noise.
Yeah.
Something that is as brain dead as me.
Yeah. Either static
Cambo and Nelson spring to mind.
Yeah. Okay. Whole new
Either
market.
way,
we've got a whole new market.
I take it as a compliment.
I think what we should do right now is maybe just record little kind of bites of us just sort of saying like,
motivational things.
You keep going. You're doing great.
You can do it.
Run those legs.
Do the cure for cancer.
Do you know that running doesn't actually cure cancer?
Okay, now what you do is you take those audio clips and you just edit them any way you want for any kind of marathon you have coming
Put that
up.
on loop.
Yeah.
Put that on loop. Brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Maybe
I was weirdly flattered.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, thank you.
If you're going to run a marathon, listen to us.
Yeah. Listen to the 100 episode extravaganza.
Or the fun episode 111.
Either one is good. Here
we go. Camber.
Okay.
Let's get into it. This is by... Oh, I think we've had this person before.
But not this post?
No.
Nelson, this might be the sloppiest ship you've ever run.
I know. Jesus, okay, look. This is by Beat My Yeet.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've heard that person before. Okay, this is in the subreddit hypothetical situation.
Oh, it's making a return.
Yes, correct. You're walking home after a hard day's work.
That is a hypothetical situation. That was good.
But...
Oh, just this is more.
As you walk, you hear a small pitter-patter. You turn around and across the street is a small gremlin man. With lightning speed, he throws a handful of spaghetti into your pocket and runs away. What would you do in this situation?
Well, it's difficult because you can't tell anyone, can you?
Yeah. You'll never guess what happened.
Yeah. Can we... Okay, we should make a pact, you and I. And maybe the listeners of the show can be on the pact.
Okay.
There needs to be a keyword that is like, no matter how crazy I sound right now, this definitely happened.
Okay.
in which if you were to come home and be like, all right. First of all, watermelons. I'm
Okay.
Like, okay.
Oh.
And then you're like, I saw a goblin and he threw spaghetti in my pocket.
Yeah.
I would then have to take it seriously.
You have to take it. Can it not be watermelons though? Because what if there's a big sale of watermelons downstairs,
and
I run in, I go watermelons, and then you think what I'm going to say is some sort of fantasy thing, but really, I'll be like, "There's a sale of watermelons," and you're like, "Well, that is unbelievable."
They're at a premium.
Yeah.
Okay, we need something that we would never normally discuss.
Could we yodel? Something like that.
Yep. I had to think about it. Yeah. I just had to think, like, is there ever another occasion that I might yodel?
You do it if you're in a good mood, though, aren't you?
No.
And you're on the top of the mountain. So if we're in that situation,
imagine that. Imagine I've gone traveling in Europe and I'm on the Swiss Alps and I'm up and I go, "Yoo-hoo," and then you come. What's up?
Tell me what's going on. Okay, all right. In that one circumstance,
we say
watermelons. Because there's not going to be a sale of watermelons up there. It would be very unlikely if there were watermelons growing at the top of the Swiss Alps mountains.
Yeah.
And in fact, if there was, a yodel would be just as good because you're like, you'll never believe this. There's watermelons on the top of this mountain.
And they're on sale.
Yeah.
But listener of the show, if you see Nelson and I in the flesh, you can sidle up to us all sneaky and then just give us a quick yodel.
just a quick yodel.
We'll listen to anything you want to say and believe it.
Yodel is what you could do. That's creepy.
Yeah, isn't it? I like it though.
Okay. All right. So
what would you do?
All right.
Now that we've worked out how we would communicate to each other, this has happened.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd yodel.
Probably the first thing I'd do was go, the fuck was that?
Yeah. Do you know what I'd be tempted to do more than anything?
What?
Is eat the spaghetti.
Yeah. Like you'd have to do it gingerly because you don't want to, because if it's enchanted in some way, if you're eating all of it, that's worse. So maybe you just have a strand and like, this seems regular.
Yeah. Well, because I think like I would imagine it's a gremlin for one. That's magical.
Yeah.
This is probably magical spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a dangerous assumption, Nelson.
So if I had one sort of little strand,
sure.
one little piece of spaghetti, and it didn't kill me, I would then be inclined to eat it all because I was like, well, I need all the magic. So,
yep,
it's very. It does definitely depend on the fact that this is a gremlin. Like if a homeless man ran past me, like put spaghetti in my pocket.
If it was just Danny DeVito,
yeah,
because he would be hard to tell.
That's true.
Quite honestly,
yeah.
Because if Danny DeVito runs up, chucks spaghetti in your pocket and runs off, you're not eating that spaghetti.
No, nobody's eating that spaghetti. No. So
here's my thing: is Gremlins imply, and maybe this is just my prejudice, and maybe it's 2018, and I should look into myself.
Yeah,
Gremlins imply bad to me. So
yeah.
They're up to no good. So if it was magic spaghetti, which I think we've now determined that it is, maybe it's bad magic. You're like, oh my god, I can levitate, but every time you levitate, you get a little bit more cancer or something.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's how the gremlins get you, don't they? I mean, they promise you with magical powers, and you end up with cancer
every time.
It's
a plot thread they did not handle properly in Harry Potter, I must say.
Yeah,
they barely even mention it.
Is it that gremlins become worse with water? What's that movie?
Oh yeah,
is that Gremlins?
Yeah, talking about Gremlins.
Yeah, okay. Because they start off nice, right?
Yeah.
But then they get...
He starts off as Gizmo, which is the little fluffy...
Oh, yeah, Gizmo, yeah.
But you can't get them wet, and you can't feed them after midnight. And, of course, the logic hole everyone always says is, well, technically it's always kind of after midnight unless you give us also a start time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. In a way, I'm thinking about this movie. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
Doesn't really add up. But then... the question would be if Gizmo was the one to throw the spaghetti in my pocket. If the gremlin looked dry,
right?
You know,
yeah, I get you.
Good gremlin.
Yeah,
probably good magical spaghetti.
If you remember, because Gizmo kind of looked like a Furby, I guess.
Yeah,
It's kind of furry and cute or whatever. But when they got water on, they were like green and slimy.
Yeah. Oh, so it's easy to tell.
It's easy to tell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gizmo, I'm fine with. A gremlin that is post 12 o'clock eaten, not okay with that spaghetti.
Oh boy, don't eat that spaghetti, especially if it's after midnight.
Yeah. You know, this, I doubted this at first, but this has become an important topic, and I'm glad that we've covered it.
Yeah. Think of all the people out there that are having these gremlin problems.
Yeah.
First the Yodel.
Yep, you know how to communicate it now.
We solved that problem.
And then we've given you pretty specific guidelines about which spaghetti to and which spaghetti not to eat.
Yeah. Well,
and I've heard people say this podcast is dumb. I think we should send them episode 111 so they can have a bit of fun.
We're inspirational already. We've established that.
Now I get why people listen to us during half marathons.
All right, Gamba, I say we move on and get into Today I Learned.
Okay.
So now it's time for Today I Learned. What's the intro to that? Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Amansagu 26. Today I learned cheese-eating surrender monkeys is an insult used to refer to French people. It first appeared in The Simpsons, 1995, when Willie says, "Bonjour, ya cheese-eating surrender monkeys." He didn't sound like that. He didn't really sound very Australian. To a French class. The term has since entered 2 Oxford quotation dictionaries.
And it's not the first Simpsons quote to enter dictionaries as well. I think it was like in the early 2000s, the word dough actually made it into the dictionary. And I think it was like a short, aggressive sound made by someone stupid. Or it was something like that. Like it's quite a funny determination that they used.
Yeah, that's funny. I like the idea of... I think that I'm sort of sick of regular insults.
Yeah.
You know?
Like dickhead.
Yeah,
right.
Like crater face.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's an oldie.
Yeah, that is an oldie.
Yeah. Butthead.
Butthead, that's a classic. That's a school ground classic.
Willie.
But that was the character's name, Nelson.
Yeah. But if you say it insulting enough, people will infer that you mean penis.
Right. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, Willie.
You like the more kind of flowery, descriptive insults.
I think society should move on and start getting into these, like your cheese-eating surrender monkeys. That's a very fantastic, bit racist thing to say to a French person.
Yep.
But I think that's where we should go with insults.
Yeah,
like progress from just the simple.
I'm interested then to see how quickly your brain works with things like this.
Yeah.
And it will skew a little bit into racism, but only for people that we don't like. So, what insult
is racist no matter what? Then a nation you say.
what insult? See, I'm going to stick with things from our own heritages because I feel like we get away with that.
Okay, yeah.
If you were to insult, say, an Irishman.
Okay. Well, the go-to is like drunk, but I feel like that's overused for Irishmen. Right. So, yeah, potato loving gremlin. No, what's that?
Why gremlin? Are you thinking of leprechaun?
No. That's the one. That's what I was thinking. Shit, man, I would be so bad if I was having a duel with an Irishman and it took me so long to think of.
What's your thing? What's the thing? Is it gremlin?
What's the... Okay. Hey, have at it. Okay, I'm having a fight now with an Irishman. Okay. I say...
Hey there, what are you doing? That was my Irishman for you.
Oh, and I say, put him up, you potato-loving leprechaun fiddler.
Oh, fiddler.
Yeah.
Because the good thing about fiddler, double meaning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because... I meant
the fiddle is the Irish instrument, obviously.
Oh my god, I've outdone myself.
Yeah,
but I really meant
fiddling with
the leprechaun.
I understand.
Okay. Your turn. We'll go with my heritage now, Italian.
Oh, okay. Your latte drinking. See, here's the thing. there seems to be a pattern because we started with cheese eating.
Okay, yeah. So
And
it
then
has to be a food.
potato loving. And then I went with latte drinking. Is that just how you started
I
insulting?
think that's good. I think that's the way to do it. That's like the formula.
Okay.
You start off with a certain food.
Yep. Okay.
And then like yeah.
Okay, so your latte drinking empire falling wanker. Because the Roman Empire fell. Like a bunch of dickheads.
That's history burn.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you didn't even have a part of that. Those are your dumb ancestors.
But do you know, I associate lattes more with French though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Is it because it has that little accent over the E?
No, I see just French people more as like coffee drinkers.
Yeah, they're more like espresso, aren't they?
Yeah. No, actually, I would say
That's French as well.
Oh, both actually. I think French and Italian both are espresso.
Because the thing, like, it's the same with red wine. You can kind of associate that.
with both. Yeah. Oh, wait, spaghetti. That's what.
But see, to me, that was the drunken Irish. It's too easy spaghetti.
Yeah,
Italian spaghetti. Yeah, I get it.
I see. Yeah. How about you just say, "Hey, yeah, politics are corrupt."
That is a good burn.
It's a good one.
Because what do you do? But here's the thing: what if they're like, your politics are racist?
Yeah,
they got us.
Like, yeah, we got. I mean, we are bringing up slurs about nations on a podcast, but also we are Australian.
Also, yeah, our politics quite racist.
Yeah. Okay, well then,
not ours personally. I'm talking about our nations.
Oh yeah,
I think our politics are quite liberal.
Okay, let's go.
But as a country, we stop a lot of boats. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, we do stop a lot of boats. And yeah, that's true.
Okay, so we had yours was potato loving leprechaun fiddler. And mine was latte drinking empire collapsing wanker.
The wanker's just like a nice touch.
Yeah,
because you can't be like empire.
Because the whole insert you're going,
person.
In the whole insert you're going, yes, yes, and then you get to wanky like, no,
wanker. Then should we do Australian?
Oh, okay. Oh, Australian. See, it's hard, isn't it, to look from the outside in?
Yeah. Well, food. Let's start with the food.
Meat pie.
It's gonna be a meat pie.
Yeah.
Hey, meat pie eating. What else do we do? What else is
slow internet having?
Yeah. Oh, God, that really good.
Well, you know we're sensitive about that. Not most livable place to live in the world anymore.
Only second or third.
Hey, Vienna called. They said it's more livable there. Oh shit, he's hitting all the points.
Yeah, we've got him. All right. So what was that one?
That's pretty long.
That was pretty long. That was a pretty long one. Look, we'll listen back to it. We'll edit it down. But meat pie eating, that's it. That's a good one.
Slow internet having.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's do it up.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This is by Agario Skin Maker. Okay. Agario Skin Maker. Today I learned that in 2007, the Australian government spent $84 million on a porn filter. A 16-year-old boy, Tom Wood, cracked the filter in less than 40 minutes.
How good is it that his last name was Wood, by the way?
Listeners outside of Australia won't know, but we celebrate Tom Wood every day.
Yeah, it's got Wood Day. And we all watch the porn thanks to Tom.
Yeah. See, thanks for cracking it.
So we can crack it.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny? I actually I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't know it was crack. I remember the porn filter thing.
Really?
But I remember it just kind of being threatened. I didn't realize that they actually tried to implement
it. They spent $84 million on it. That's so dumb.
That's crazy. Like,
I think basically what happened was because you know the like politicians are older people. They don't understand computers at all.
Yeah, that's true.
So they went up to some guy and was like, "Hey, we want to get rid of porn." How do we do that?
Yeah, he's like, that'll be $84 million.
yeah, it's about $84 million. I could probably do it for you.
That's true. Because do you think now, like, maybe the age gap would still work in our advantage because they'd be like, we want to block porn on all mobile devices. We don't want anyone to access it anymore. We've noticed on some mobile devices there's a button that says private tab. That's not going to be a problem though, is it?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, it's fine.
Yes,
Don't
worry about that.
Don't worry about that one. Block it on the normal one, no problem.
Yeah. I just thought it was so strange that he got away with this. And like the fact that this kid as well has sat down, they've like, all right, we've implemented it. We sent it out, done.
Yeah.
And this kid was like, cracked his knuckles. I was like, I'm going to work this one out in no time. I need me some porn.
You know how they say, like, in times of emergency, like, kids can gain extra strength and rescue their parents from drowning and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Do you think the equivalent is a 16-year-old boy who's been told he can't look at porn?
Yeah. Had no idea.
And he did some hacking he never knew he knew how to do.
Yeah.
He's like, I've never hacked a computer in my life.
Yeah. But he just pulled out all the stops. It was the first 30 minutes of research where he just had like 10 different screens open. And he was trying to work out how to hack. And then, obviously, when he did, he had 10 screens of porn. Because
that's the dream.
That is the dream.
We call that the Tom Wood.
Yeah. Yeah. You can have every genre. But anyway, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, but for those outside Australia, he is an Australian hero. Mm-hmm. As is the man who tried to thwart, that's the word, terrorists with a trolley the other day.
Yes.
Also an Australian hero.
That's true.
Yep.
We got a lot of them. The meat pie eating, porn loving.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting good.
Yeah, that's good. That's more of a compliment. One, meat pies are great.
Yeah.
Two,
porn hating would still work because the government tried to put it.
That's true.
You meat pie eating, porn hating wankers. I'm just going with the wankers again. It really drives it home.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Or if you say, and you need to say it with enough conviction, but you can say, meat pie eating, porn hating piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
So as long as you really drive home the word shit,
yeah,
people are like, oh man,
yeah. How about piece of kangaroo shit?
I like it. I like it. Add that little bit of flavor.
Yeah, exactly. You need to let them know.
Yeah.
That they're Australian.
You're such a piece of shit. Why don't you throw another shit on the barbie?
That's good.
Yeah, thanks.
That's good. I like that. By the way, nobody's ever thrown another shrimp on the barbie.
No.
I don't think I've ever had a barbecue shrimp in my life.
No.
Just want to let international listeners know. That's a fallacy.
Also, normally we call them prawns.
Yeah. I mean, they're different, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Sinjin QLB. Condoms are made by automated assembly lines, meaning robots are literally helping to prevent human reproduction. Never thought about that one, did you, Cambo?
Never using them again.
I'm not using them. I'm going to have so many babies. See how they like it. Robots, you think you've got us figured out? But
this makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because we've discussed before that the robot revolution is an inevitability.
Yeah.
And it's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
But they've been doing it right under our nose all these years. The sons of bitches.
The when was
ages ago.
Since condom factories were introduced.
Yeah.
That's the first time. It's a concern, and I'm obviously going to have unprotected sex from now on.
And the robots obviously getting a doubler because they're like stopping reproducing and doesn't feel as good.
Oh,
they know they've got us in two ways.
Yeah, that's right. And also, plastic's bad for the environment.
Fucking hell.
They're just getting us every which way.
Shit.
every which
If
way.
you have a pack of condoms,
yeah.
burn them.
But-
And I know that's worse for the environment.
But do you want to
it's symbolic.
Do you want to let the robots win? Is that what you're saying by keeping your condoms intact?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Radio. Here's another one.
Okay.
This is by E. Jack-O-Lantern. You know you're old anytime you're entering your date of birth with a smartphone. You get to the year and you have to spin that bitch like you're on Wheel of Fortune.
I had this literally earlier today.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable because it was 2 scrolls.
Yeah,
2 scrolls to get to my birth
scrolls.
year.
Yeah, you're getting up there. You're getting up
Yeah.
there. I go to the point now where I click open the thing and I scroll really far,
Yeah.
and then I've missed it. But I'm like, well, I'm much closer that way than having to just do the standard results.
Here's a theory. This might help with confidence. Before you even see anything, scroll straight down to the bottom, and then you get to pass all the people when you scroll up. Being like, look at all these old fucks.
Some of these people are probably dead.
Yeah. 1930. Ugh. No, thank you.
I think though there was a point in my life, like when I was younger, the only time I had to ever do that online was to get into a porn site.
Yeah.
So I've always been kind of, scrolling a little bit from the start. I guess, I never had the luxury of just clicking on like the first one or something,
Yeah,
But,
and I think that really is it's like an early maths problem for a lot of teens.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you need to be over 18. What year were you born? And you
Yeah.
start going, oh, hang on.
I know. I always thought it was really funny because I was like, well, I'll have to put 18.
Yeah.
Like, I could just have gone, like, I was
Scrolled
born
right
in
down and
1950.
I'm 45.
Something like that. But I was like, no, work it out, Nelson. Work it out. And that is how Tom Wood got past the firewall.
Yeah. The only ones that make me feel slightly better are, and not that I don't actually, now that I think about it, I guess I don't really see many of these, but if it's something that you're doing that, like I had to book in for a bar the other day, so you have to be over 18 to do it. Yeah. So then the year gap is much shorter. So I don't think I even had to scroll at all, or maybe once.
Right.
Because I'm like, that's only like, 8 spaces down now?
Yeah.
Don't need to scroll for that bad boy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Here's another one for you. This is by Devil Lived. I'm going to do this better.
Okay.
Devil Lived 44.
Devil Lived 44.
Yeah. That no alcohol beyond this point. Might as well say, bet you can't chug that whole beer. This is true. Yeah. I've had this experience quite a lot of times. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of two things, actually. Yeah. It's like, I bet you can't chug this whole beer. Or, I bet you can't awkwardly carry this pint of beer under your top while you get past the security guards.
You've attempted that?
Yeah, I think there's times where I'm like, no sign's not going to stop me from drinking, so I keep going.
How has that ever worked for you? Has it ever worked for you? I can't imagine a scenario in which you hiding a glass of beer under your shirt looks natural.
Well, sometimes, like if you've got a couple of people with you.
Oh, you go in the middle.
You can, hold it to your side.
Okay.
Maybe. Yep. This is a common thing when I was a smoker, because there's certain venues where you couldn't take, they didn't have a liquor license
in the
past
smoking
the
area.
door. Yeah. So, they'd say, you have to, leave it on the table or something. And then if you're really drunk, the problem is everybody's leaving their glasses like just before the smokers area. And then you come back out, and if you've been drinking enough, you're like, I don't know which one's mine. Yeah. But I know I had a beer. I'll take this one.
Even if I'm sober, I don't think I'd be able to tell which one was mine.
Yeah.
I put my glass down on a table amongst other glasses.
Yeah.
I may as well be blind.
Yeah.
I'll watch myself put it down, and then my hand is removed, and it's gone. I don't know which one's mine.
Yeah. And you know how that we're not the only ones to do that, or to show that I guess it's human nature to do the same thing is have you ever had like a house party or something like that, and you're cleaning up the next day, and there's like just hundreds of bottles
Yeah,
that have just
half,
got a
yeah.
tiny, a little bit left in them, and it's people that have put them down and
Yep.
they're like, I don't know what happened.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, but also free beers.
That's true.
Is
You put
that
them
a
all
reason?
together, you got like 3 more beers.
Got so many beers.
Yeah. That's the thing. If I put my drink down at all, I would rather get a new drink than
Yeah.
try and work out which drink was mine.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's how you get pregnant, and we know that's what the robots want.
Yeah. No, they don't want us
Oh,
to
they
get
don't want
pregnant.
that. It's fine. Drink beer. Drink other people's beer.
Yeah, really stick it to them robots.
That's what they don't want. Okay, here's another one. This is by Hattie Man. It's not, but I'm going to leave that. It's ironic how Finding Nemo has made clownfish into one of the most popular fish for saltwater aquariums, despite the bad guys in the movie being the ones who catch Nemo and put him in a tank.
So they're supposing that movie did more harm than good.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
And I reckon so too. It's like I never really saw clownfish around, you know? But now I feel like they're in every aquarium.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. In a way, that movie was one of the greatest forces of evil
That's
to ever be produced by the Disney company.
No, Beauty and the Beast was.
How so?
I don't think I need to explain.
I mean, I guess in a way it's a story about Stockholm Syndrome.
Yes,
So, yeah, in a way.
that was my point.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Abuse a woman, she'll love you.
If there's one thing Disney will teach you.
Yeah.
It's to abuse a woman.
Just in the end, he just got a ripped bod and she was all about him.
Yeah. Oh, I should get. That's what I'm doing wrong. Getting a ripped bod.
Yeah.
I'm already tying up women. They're just not like. They're just not in love with me.
You're capturing the women, but you're not getting the ripped bod.
Yeah, it's,
that's true.
yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. Also, they've got a movie called Song of the South. If you can find it online, so racist.
Is it really?
Yeah, so
Well,
racist.
it's just a Disney song.
No, it's a movie called Song of the South that famously
Oh, okay.
they've never released into home
Oh,
media.
really?
Because they're ashamed of it, Nelson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it full of cheese-eating surrender monkeys?
No, but it is very full of like old 1940s like black stereotypes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so okay. Are we talking about like
It's a live action / animated hybrid.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, but before.
Yeah.
It was done before.
Yeah.
Yes, it's super racist, but if you can find it, it's really interesting.
Wow. I'm really I want to see that.
yeah, it's I'll show you later.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a weird thing to say? Hey,
No, because
I want to watch that really racist film.
I don't think it's morbid curiosity because Disney have such a squeaky clean image that you want to see something
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
opposed to that.
It's not like, hey, I would love to hear Hitler's speech.
Yeah, because you know what that's about. Or if you're like, hey, want to see this creepy thing that Harvey Weinstein did? You're like, no, because he's known for doing creepy things.
Yeah. That's true. But look, Cambo, this is getting back to the point.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Finding Nemo movie made clownfish popular.
Yep.
And the capturing of popular. So I was thinking,
Also, can I just quickly point out?
okay,
I think it made a lot of people think seagulls are idiots.
yeah,
Unfairly.
yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
They,
Well, not that we know.
well, I mean, they're pretty good at getting chips.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, pretty good at scrounging.
But do you reckon
chips.
seagulls are like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, I reckon they're
Yeah.
probably pretty annoyed.
yeah.
There has been an uprising, I think, of seagulls since that film.
Anyway, so what was your point? I interrupted you again.
My point was, really, then what we need to do is collect something. Could be anything.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say bottle caps.
Sure.
Collect some bottle caps.
Yeah.
And then make a movie.
Yeah.
Where the bottle caps are the underdogs,
Sure.
and they want to be set free,
Yeah.
but everybody's stealing them, Everybody wants them. Mm-hmm. And eventually they go free. It's still good. It's still a feel-good thing at the end. But then we come out and we're like, hey, we've got all these bottle caps. And then we sell them to people.
Mm-hmm. The only problem with this plan, and it's just one problem,
okay.
I should point out.
Okay.
I mean, there's only one problem.
Just the one?
Is they will still produce bottle caps.
Shit. Honestly.
So we need something that there's a finite amount of that is not still being produced.
How about Gremlin spaghetti? I got some in my pocket.
That's very... Now you're thinking.
All right.
Now you're thinking.
Good. All right, let's move on to Ask Reddit.
Okay.
Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Indie Dude 11. Elon Musk has announced he is opening a human zoo. You would be paid $2 million per year to live in a clear exhibit on display. Would you sign up? Why or why not?
Are there shifts?
No shifts.
So you're always being watched.
Always being watched.
How long is the contract?
Toilet privacy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And shower privacy.
How long is the contract?
Can
you just do it for a year and get out?
You can do it for 1 year.
Yep.
And get out. But
so you can do it for a year, collect $2 million, get out.
Okay, you can get $2 million for being in this zoo.
Yep.
But it's a big zoo.
Yeah.
And everybody can do it. So by the time you get out, everybody's got $2 million. You know? Mm-hmm.
So not everyone though.
Well, a lot of it. This is a big zoo.
Okay. But like even the biggest zoo wouldn't have more than 10,000 people.
Maybe it does.
Okay. Okay.
Because maybe they wanted to get somebody from every different sort of walk of life.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, wait. I've got a new one entirely. You're in a really big zoo.
Yep.
There's 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay. You get paid based on how well your exhibit is doing. And compared to...
Like foot traffic around your exhibit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Compared to the rest. 10,000 people.
Yeah.
There's a guy from India, he can juggle. Mm-hmm. So, you got to compete with that.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I feel like, how's this, Nelson? We pair up.
Okay.
I'm talking Reddit on Reddit all the time.
Oh, okay.
How many of those 10,000 do you think are doing a podcast? Probably quite a few. Everyone has a podcast.
Probably everybody's got podcasts. It's so easy.
Yeah. If you're listening, you have a podcast.
You've probably got a podcast.
It's definitely like the new blog, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But we haven't reached that point of being, one of those good blogs yet.
No. We're just the blog that puts out stuff no matter what. That's what we are.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We're like like somebody's stepchild's son's blog where everybody knows it exists, but nobody really reads it.
If you're running a half marathon, maybe you pop it on.
Yeah.
Okay, I think, who I think would do pretty well in this scenario is magicians.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Because if you're just doing magic tricks, people are going to stop for a bit and have a look.
But you gotta. The problem is, though, is that you could have a set of tricks. Mm-hmm. Great, do those.
Yeah.
But then you'll just get same-ish. You're just doing the same thing every again.
But my thing is with a zoo, you go and you watch a tiger for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And you move on.
Yeah.
Are you coming back to the same tiger every week?
Well, people get zoo passes and stuff.
That baffles me.
Yeah. No, it makes sense when little kids are involved. Okay. Like my sister and her kids. Yeah. They have a zoo pass. And they'll just go all the time.
Little kids won't care. They'll watch the same magic trick.
The
problem is, if you want to learn new magic tricks, people will be able to see how you do it.
Well, that was my point that I was getting to, is that you're good for a while. Yeah. You've got these set of tricks, and then you're like, oh, I need to freshen up, need some new material.
Sure.
And then everybody's seeing you fail these tricks over and over again, and then you get the reputation for being a bad man.
Or they're watching you learn them. So you're like, all right, got to slide it behind my hand there. And then there's an audience of people going, oh.
Oh, that's how he's did it.
And like, oh, shit.
And then the Magician Society is against you.
I've got it.
Yeah.
You'll learn everything in the toilet.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. A lot of tricks with a toilet seat.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
There's a ton of people out there.
Mm-hmm.
They've got weird fetishes.
Yep.
You just need to find one, like foot fetish, right? I could put my feet up on like the glass.
Yep. People could watch them.
And just people could watch them.
Yep.
I'll just like wiggle them a little bit. There's some people out there.
Yep.
That'll pay a lot of money to go see that.
If there is someone whose fetish is watching someone catch up on a bunch of Netflix shows, I could do that.
There'll be someone out there.
I could lay on the couch.
Yeah,
and catch up on some Netflix.
Yeah. That would be the problem, wouldn't it? If like our apartment.
Yeah.
If we just had cameras in it, you know, and we would not be watched at all.
No, because we're just watching.
Yeah, I always thought that's the problem with like the Truman Show. Although maybe there's no TVs in the Truman Show.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird 1950s town, isn't it?
Yeah. So maybe it doesn't. Because if that was the case, it'd just be so boring. Watching people would just be so boring.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, in 2018, the Truman Show doesn't work.
Yeah,
everyone's just like on the toilet on their phone all the time.
Yeah. Playing Bejeweled or something. And, yeah. Okay. Here's another one for you, Cambo.
Yep.
This is by Harry Faithlessness. Why don't you talk to your once best friend anymore?
It's a good question. I don't know. Moved away, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that far. I think it's like 20 minutes away.
Oh, so far.
Yeah, I don't know. Because my best friend growing up was another guy also named Michael. Because I like to have people with the same name as me. It's a vanity thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we were like best friends. I don't know. I follow him on Instagram. Is that friendship?
Yeah, we're in 2018. That's counted.
That's as good
Does
as it
he
gets.
follow you back?
Oh, let me check. This is a live check, everyone. You'll know whether or not my former best friend follows me on Instagram.
Because if he doesn't follow you back, I'm
going to unfollow him.
It's a metaphorical slap in the face.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Really? Oh god.
I don't think he does.
Oh,
actually, no. I need to make sure I definitely follow him as well. Because I have a few accounts.
Oh, why do you have so many accounts? If you have so many friendships.
Yeah.
Just in different personalities.
I got a lot of secret families.
Okay.
No, I have like work accounts and stuff. Okay. Here's a turn of events for you, Nelson.
Yeah.
Turns out he doesn't follow me.
Yeah.
But also turns out on my personal account, I don't follow him.
Okay.
So we're not friends.
This relationship is in the pits.
In the pits.
Do you know what? Maybe you should rekindle the relationship. I think you should follow him. I think you should follow him right now.
All right, hang on.
Dude, click the follow button.
All right, hang on.
And he'll be like, oh, I haven't spoken to Michael in such a long time. Maybe I'll reconnect with him. I mean, chances are he might just follow you back. That's a wild possibility.
Do you think he'll be like, I haven't. There you go. He's followed.
Okay.
He's followed.
Good. Stay tuned, listeners.
Yep. Do you think he'll be like, geez, I haven't talked to Michael in a while. I'll listen to that podcast of his. And then he'll see this is all.
It was basically a sham.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you thinking about fond memories that you had with him and you're like, I'm going to follow him on Instagram. No, I just told you to do it.
There we go. We've repaired a friendship there.
Okay.
Why don't you talk to your former best friend?
I feel like I have a couple of former best friends. You're next.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. Very early on for primary school, he moved to America.
Yep, makes sense.
Couldn't really do anything there.
Before Skype.
And before Skype. Actually, I think he moved back, but then he moved again. It was it was a stressful relationship.
Right.
Then I think I had a friend. Okay, I sort of remember what happened, actually. It was like, for one, we were kind of just not getting along anymore. You know, we were just... we were friends because his mum married my neighbor, and so we kind of just became friends from that.
Yep.
And it's so easy when you're a kid to just be like, hey, you're a kid, I'm a kid.
That's all we need.
Let's have fun. Let's play games. So, but then like we went to different schools and he lived quite a fair way away. So it was like really hard to, just catch up all the time. But I remember, and I think this like sealed the deal. I went over to his place once and he had some friends over and we were playing a drinking game.
Yep.
And we played that game, King's Cup.
Yes.
Which is where you put all the cards out. They all have like different things that you have to do in drinking ways. And then at the end, somebody has to drink a cup in the middle that people have poured their drinks in.
Sure.
And I had to do that. I had to do that twice.
Ugh.
And some idiot
Yep.
was drinking red wine. So
Probably French or Italian.
Yeah, probably was definitely one of those. Yeah. And the next thing I know, I'm vomiting on his lounge room floor. And like his parents, and it's carpet. It was very bad, but I'm totally, I like can't do anything. I remember calling for him. I was like, I need help. And then he like came rushing in and he's like, oh no, you need to get up. But I was just totally gone. It was like the most drunk I've probably been in my life. I reckon it was very bad. And then so I think I was just like so embarrassed by that situation that I was like, well, I don't want to be the one to like instigate this, the next catch up, or whatever. Because I was just too embarrassed. by
And then
that.
it just petered out.
And then it just petered out.
Wow.
And then like I don't know, he didn't contact me because I threw up on his floor, I guess.
But that's good because you have a definitive answer then.
Yeah,
Mine just like,
so.
I don't know, life got in the way.
Yeah,
It was like, no, I vomited on his carpet.
vomited
And then
on
I was
his
too
carpet.
scared to ever text him.
Yeah. And it's funny because I don't think it's like, it's not really that. It was just the straw that broke the camel's back, you know? That was the ending.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's a lesson for you.
Well,
Don't
you know what, Nelson?
throw up on a friend.
This is what I've learned. What you need to do is create an Instagram account and then follow him.
Okay, I bet you he doesn't have an Instagram account.
Nor do you.
I'll
you guys are
create
screwed.
one. Yeah, our friendship is in the toilet. Alrighty. I think that's it for Ask Reddit, which then means we can get on to our new segment called Podnapping.
Oh my god, I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping.
This is a new segment of the show where we steal segments or topics of conversations from other podcasts.
Yes, and we should point out, we do this because we respect them.
We respect them.
Yes.
And not stealing it for the extra content.
No,
That's it's not a selfish thing.
Or for the association sometimes.
Yeah.
Look, maybe you think such thing as fish and Reddit on Reddit now because we did one of those segments.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We
can't stop that if that's the comparison you want to make.
An equal par. Yep.
Which one of us is the official QI podcast? Is that us or is that them?
I get confused.
It doesn't matter. Semantics.
I think we did our thing better. So
That's true.
It could be us. It could be us. What you got?
Okay, so it's my turn this week. I've taken a segment from a favourite of mine, Nelson, the Weekly Planet podcast, Melbourne Boys.
Yeah.
So I thought,
just like us.
Yeah, just like us. Which one are we?
Are we the Weekly Planet guys?
Oh, look,
we'll see if we do this segment better. We probably will. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, I'm sure. So this is a segment they do at the end of their show.
Yep.
And it's called What You Reading, What You Gonna Read.
Okay.
And the idea is, what you do is you tell people about maybe a piece of media that you've consumed. It doesn't have to be books. That's just how it's phrased. It can be TV shows, movies, what have you, that you've consumed that you think people might want to know about.
Okay.
And then maybe something that you're interested in that people might also want to check out.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Shall I serve or would you want to?
I feel like you'll be better at this, so you should go first.
Okay. So for what I did read was I watched the Netflix series The Bodyguard, which you may recognize from everyone asking, have you watched The Bodyguard yet?
No, I haven't got that as much. I mean, aside from you.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else has said that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's not like The Wire or Rick and Morty or I feel like there's another one like a little Game of Thrones.
It's become one of the things like I would say Stranger Things 1 year. There was a summer 1 year.
Yeah.
Where everyone's like, "You watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
You watched that yet?
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Do you know,
Pretty good, those Stranger Things."
Just on that topic of conversation, I don't feel like a season 2 had the same effect.
I haven't watched the end of season 1 yet.
Right.
So
yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I reckon it was like people like, oh, this is cool. Like, I think the appeal of that was the time period and the nostalgia.
Yeah.
And then once you got over that, you're like, oh, it's an okay show.
Yeah, I think again, I haven't finished season 1, but I think Stranger Things is the kind of thing that works as like a limited series.
Yeah.
Where you're like, that was just a one-off 10 episodes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Cool little story set in the 80s. But then I guess kind of like the show Prison Break, when they're like, cool, do it again. You must be like, okay.
I think the problem was in their naming, Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. If it was just Strange Things, you could do one season.
Or Strange Thing.
Strange Thing.
We showed you that Strange Thing.
There was that Strange Things. But Stranger Things...
Yeah, too many plurals.
Means that you have to do another season that gets stranger.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's still Strange Things.
Yeah, that's true. But Bodyguard...
Yep.
Pretty good, Nelson. Check it out. Check it out.
So what's the premise of this show?
Bodyguard.
It's
about there's like a Minister of Parliament. It's English. Minister of Parliament. It's got one of the guys from Game of Thrones, actually. Have you seen Game of Thrones? Oh, Nelson, you need to watch it. It's got one of the guys from Game of Thrones. Minister of Parliament, she's like the head of counterterrorism or whatnot. And he is assigned to protect her because she's having threats against her life.
Yeah.
But he's got a bit of bloody PTSD, if you don't mind.
Oh.
So he's also having a hard time kind of dealing with everything.
He's not a very good bodyguard.
No, he's pretty good, actually. I think he's pretty good.
If my bodyguard had PTSD, I'd be like...
No, because they don't know about the PTSD.
Oh, right.
Because if you didn't know your bodyguard had PTSD, it wouldn't matter.
Well, you know what? Now when I get a bodyguard, I'm going to have to, I guess, fire some guns around them. Just see how they feel. Hey, how's this making you feel? Bit anxious?
Yeah, that's good.
Bit of a worry?
But for what I'm going to read,
yes.
Also Netflix.
Okay.
Yep. It's a movie that just came out on Netflix called Outlaw King. It's a movie about Robert the Bruce. Who was the
Robert the Bruce.
Yeah.
That's a stupid name. Stupid title.
Yeah.
That's like Michael
do you
Nelson.
Do you not know about Robert the Bruce?
No.
He was like an illegal king of Scotland when Scotland wasn't supposed to have a king because they were under like the English reign.
Right.
He's a bit of a William Wallace, being like...
Yeah, I was going to say, was it William Wallace?
Yeah. It looks very Braveheart-esque, actually.
Okay.
It's got Chris Pine from Wonder Woman. He's Robert the Bruce. But I'm most excited because it was directed by a guy that directed one of my favorite movies of like 2 years ago called Hell or High Water.
Yes.
Looks pretty cool.
So
yeah, it's like a historical war epic about the Scottish War of like independence.
Okay.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. That seems interesting.
Yeah. And I'm aware that Netflix films generally aren't that good.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping this is one of the rare ones that is okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine.
But I don't know if I've seen a good one now that I'm thinking about it. Has there been a good Netflix movie? Obviously Bright.
That was,
Bright was really good.
I didn't see that, but I heard it was rubbish.
I think you came home one day and I was watching it.
I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
No, I didn't finish it.
Was it like a wand? There was a magical...
Yeah,
that's
there's a magical wand.
Anyway,
Nelson, what are you reading? What are you going to read?
Well, obviously, watching. I am watching reruns of stuff.
Right.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yep.
Parks and Rec. That was more you, but I was in the room.
Yeah.
What else have I been? Oh no, you know what? I mean, the thing that the new content that I consume that isn't esports games.
Yeah.
Is the D&D campaign.
Sure.
Critical Role that I watch, which is it's kind of like a series, I guess. And that is, I mean, I think it's tough to say. I really enjoy it, but I find it sometimes really hard to get through.
Yeah.
And some of the actors on there are like not good. So, and they're really
Bad.
There's one guy that's like kind of pretty selfish in the way that he kind of plays the game.
Sure.
And so whenever there's like sort of a scene and it could be interesting, and then he sort of like intercuts it like, he's like, I haven't said anything for 10 minutes.
Right, so he'll jump in.
I better talk. And it's like, just leave it. It's fine. Like, you're doing it for an audience. Like, I think it's different maybe if you're not, but anyway.
Okay, so that's what are you going to read?
What I'm going to watch is Better Call Saul Season 2.
Yeah. I might catch up on Season 1 and then join you, because I've heard it's
really
wait,
good. Not Season 2. It's like Season fucking 5 or something. Like,
well, I might watch Season 1 to 4.
So, we just watch all those.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it is. It really, really is. If
they just announced a Breaking Bad movie.
I know. With Aaron Paul in Jesse's after post Breaking Bad season, Jesse's life. I was saying to my friend the other day, though, I was like, I don't want to do that, because I was like, I love Jesse by the end of that film.
Yeah.
And you're like, he got a win at the end. You know, like he kind of got out and he was like happy and he was crying and it was like a really awesome moment for his character. I was like, I don't want that to then continue.
Yeah.
It's like and they lived happily ever after. You know, there's no like the Cinderella story doesn't go on to then talk about the abuse that Prince Charming gave to Cinderella. But you know, I think, I don't know. I sort of thought the same thing about Better Call Saul. Not for the same reasons, obviously, because it's a prequel. But I was worried about it being going to ruin Breaking Bad for me.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just such a like unique show that was, I felt like the story was so important to the feeling of that show, but it wasn't. Like, I think Vince Gilligan, who's the director and writer and creator, I think he's really brilliant. Like,
yes,
he essentially, I think, you would know better than I do, but I think that he came up with a way to increase tension that nobody else had done since then.
Yeah.
And I think now it's a more common thing, which is actually just to let scenes run. And there was like a few extra techniques that he did as well, which is like, for one, normally if you wanted to create tension, you zoom the camera really far in to like somebody's face or something. And
the idea's always been the closer the camera is, the more you see all their emotions and stuff like that.
But he did the complete opposite, and he had the camera like really far away. But he'd let a scene play, and he'd have people do mundane things. Like, I remember there's one scene where it's just these just the family sitting at the table and they're just eating dinner, but because of the context of what had happened in that episode, having that really wide shot, just watching them do something so mundane, and you're like, oh my God, like, there's so much tension in this room. And so I think he's brilliant. Like, he's really, I almost think he's underrated, even though a lot of people like Breaking Bad.
He's won a lot of awards, but he's still underrated.
He's still like, not up there with some others. Like, I think, I love Joss Whedon as well, and I think he's kind of on par, if not better than what Joss Whedon has done, really.
I share your concerns about a Breaking Bad movie for that very idea, that like Jesse finally won and you're happy for him.
Yeah.
But the benefit of the doubt I give is that Vince Gilligan is very good at like exceeding your expectations. And proving you wrong about stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I guess my faith in him outweighs my concern.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah, better Call Saul. Actually, while we're on it, but just quickly, I've been watching Always Sunny season 13.
Oh, yeah. I need to get on to seasons like 3 to 13. Because I really love that show, but it's always just been hard to watch in Australia.
I think I've missed a season or something.
Yeah.
13 seasons in, it's half of it's good and half of it's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, that's a hard thing to keep up for 13 seasons. Yeah.
I'm actually amazed that it's still good at all in 13 seasons.
Yeah.
But you can tell every now and then they'll have like a good kind of Sunny style episode.
Yeah.
and then there'll be like one or two between those that you're like, this isn't quite it.
It's like South Park, I reckon, in the same vein. Although probably their strike rate's a little better, but still, probably. I think that they have occasionally like an episode.
Yeah, you're like, all right, you're trying to be South Park.
Yeah. But it was an off week.
Yeah.
Cool. You know what I was thinking before?
What's
I was
that?
like, man, we this is sort of a quicker episode, and then we talked about Breaking Bad and TV shows for like
20 minutes.
So, I hope you've liked that. But that was that was podnapping. We podnapped the Weekly Planet.
Yes.
But it's actually
are we the
cool
Weekly
show.
Planet? Who knows?
If you like, are we them? I don't know. But if you like nerd stuff, comic books, movies, stuff like that, then it's a pretty good podcast.
Yes. Yeah. Very funny.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can get into Ask Me Anything. Listeners of the show, just like you, listener Derek, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Nice. You didn't forget.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got a question here. I'm gonna ask this one because it kind of pertains to me.
Okay.
Makes sense. It says, hey guys, I just started listening to the podcast and I think it's great. So I was wondering, how did Cambo come from Campbell, and should Nelson be Nelso? If you could choose a nickname for yourself, what would it be? Thanks, Xander. How did I become Cambo, Nelson? Do you know the story? It's not very interesting.
Yes, sort of. I think somebody called you Cambodia.
Yep.
It's Campbell, Cambodia, and then just Cambo.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, there's a guy, I'll name check him. His name is Daniel Salt.
Yeah.
And he would... this is when we were working at cinema. Yeah. Big open foyer. Yeah. And across the foyer, he would just shout, Cambodia! Like that every time I would walk in, and everyone's head would turn.
It does make sense that it did go to Cambo then, right?
Yes.
Because Cambo is good, and then Dia is kind of just a crap, like like a pitter off. At the end.
It's like a syllable too long.
Yeah.
Cambodia.
Yeah. It gets more boring to say.
As far as you being called Nelso, sometimes you're called Nelso, I feel. Not necessarily by me.
Yeah. I get Nelso, Nelly.
Nelly Furtado. Because you always sing about wanting to be a bird or whatever her song was about.
Yeah, I'm like a bird.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah,
I made that.
Was that Nelson or was that Nelly Furtado?
Am I Nelly Furtado? And also get Mandela. Not really.
No.
But that's the only thing. You know when...
Or Nelson Muntz, maybe.
Nelson Muntz from The Simpsons I get. It's a funny thing, and I don't know whether you've experienced this, but I experienced this a lot in my life because I think Nelson is a more unique name. It's not as usual. I'll be like, oh, hi, I'm Nelson. And they'll be like, oh. And they'll go straight to famous Nelsons that they know. Like Mandela. Well, I guess, technically. You know.
Sure. Yeah, think of us as the same.
Yep. Yeah. You're not like, hi, I'm Michael. And they're like, oh, like Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Or so, it's like...
I think I've told the story in this podcast before about the day I really realized, like, my name isn't unique, but how ununique it is. When Coke had that promotion where it's like, share a Coke with Nelson.
Yeah. There was never ever Nelson.
I went to a supermarket one day and there was an entire aisle of Michael. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
That is a boring name.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, do you want to know a fun thing I learned about...
Oh, well, this is the fun episode, Nelson. I want fun things.
Well, this is it. This is what I'm getting for you. So, I only found out a little while ago that names in general, right, the way that a name would work is you would be called something. So you'd be called Michael.
Sure.
But then your surname would just be your father's name and you would be his son. So if your father's name... What's your father's name?
Steven. So
you'd be Stevenson.
Yeah.
And so then there was the same for like, Johnson came from you are just John's son.
Yeah.
And that's how simple it was. And I had no idea that that's really what it was. And I remember, because maybe I seem like an idiot, but you know how there's like definitions for names? People have like fun things. They're like, oh,
I mean light or whatever.
Yeah. I mean light or waterfall or something cool. Mine is Son of Neil.
Son of Neil.
Yeah, and I was
Neil's son. Yeah, okay.
and I always just didn't get what that meant. Like it boggled me. I was like, what do you mean, son of Neil? But it's like, no, literally. That's you are Neil's son. Yeah. That's how it happened. That's how that name came to existence.
This is more Irish, I suppose, but the O'Reilly or whatever is just of Riley.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh, where'd you come from, Riley? Oh, you're Nelson O'Reilly.
Yeah. And
you're son of Neil of Riley.
Yeah. And so and I guess that means that my name is definitively meant to be a surname as well, because Nelson being a surname is much more common. But yeah, first name's not so much. And that was it. But there's another part to this question. If you could choose a nickname for yourself, what would it be?
Big balls.
I was going to say big dick.
Big old dick and balls over here. Listeners of the show can exclusively call us old big dick and balls.
Yep.
No one else can.
Just no one.
But if you listen to the show, you can come and be like, old big dick and balls here. And we'll be like, yeah.
We know.
Right on.
We know. That's us.
And then obviously Yodel if you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, if you see a unicorn or something.
Yeah. old big dick and balls will help.
What are we meant to do if somebody yodels and I hear so unicorn? Are we just meant to be like, okay,
well, we need to trust them, Nelson.
Yeah,
we need to trust that they're not lying to us.
Is that it? Do we need to? Is there like follow up?
No, it's just us believing.
Okay.
Because normally we'd be like, get out of here, you saw a unicorn. But if they yodel and they saw a unicorn, we have to be like, interesting. I'll have to do some research.
Okay, yeah. Let's try catch it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's one from Cousin Rowan.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
Yep.
Yes, I'm saying 109 was your best episode last week. Solid 4 out of 7. Now he's just going willy-nilly with the scale.
You know what? When you do that, Rowan, you make it silly.
Yeah. Do not debase this podcast. We have a standard of 6 out of 9. The podnapping segment is refreshing, and Cambo's work on the intro is the first thing we have seen that suggests he can make some effort.
Hurtful, but okay.
But hey, you've shown the people out there that don't believe you can do anything at all ever.
Yeah, so, I mean, I also put forward that I made all the themes.
Yeah. Well,
including this one. So you're welcome.
Yeah,
it's a goodie.
Is that royalty-free music, by the way, just while we're at it? Let's move on.
Yep. Look, the algorithm hasn't picked it up as it, so I don't have to tell you.
Okay. AMA 61.0. I don't know how this works and thought you might. Oh, we probably do.
Yeah.
When you light a gas stove or barbecue, why doesn't the ignition point act like a fuse and blow up the gas at the source?
Okay, this is... I apologize, it's going to be a pretty straightforward and boring answer and not that interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Could be magic.
Could... Yeah.
We don't know.
Rowan?
If somebody
investigate.
Yodel if you find out it's magic.
Investigate whether or not that's magic and get back to us.
That does blow my mind.
Yep.
I've thought about it before.
We've talked about just small everyday things that blow our mind. In fact, I had to explain to a girl today the idea of like a signal, like a phone signal or something like that. Because she was talking about these lamps. She's like, I saw these lamps. They're like best friend lamps, where apparently like if I turn one on and my best friend has one, theirs also turns on and vice versa. She's like, how does that work? I said, well, it's just like a signal. It'd be like if you send a text.
Like a Wi-Fi?
I'm sure you'd register them together, and if yours turns on, it sends a signal and turns the other one on. She's like, but what if it was in Canada? Like, that's ages.
I'm assuming it would actually be Wi-Fi. Did you have
but I'm saying the Wi-Fi signal would just alert the other one to turn on.
Yeah.
And I said, well, but a signal goes to space. Like, it's not... Yeah. Canada's no problem. You do it anywhere.
Yeah.
But just that idea, it's funny, like...
Signals
when you think about it, you're like, yeah, that's a real weird thought, isn't it?
Yeah. That's true. I don't understand radio waves. Waves of any kind, except ocean waves.
Yeah.
I get that. Water and then wind, waves, easy. Radio waves,
And
What?
then you get into quantum mechanics, which is particles acting as waves. That just fucks with everything.
Why?
It literally fucks with the universe.
Why is life so confusing? Why couldn't there just be a god that created it all
And that would be
and
good.
made it very just self-explanatory?
That would be good.
You know, we could say, "Hey, why radio waves?" and he just gives a straightforward answer.
Do you reckon he'll just shrug and then give you a wink? And he'd be like, "Oh, he's doing something."
Oh, he's that.
It's one of those god things. Yeah, very good.
That makes me think that he's got like an ulterior motive in the end.
Don't
like,
you worry about the radio waves.
Giving you cancer. something like that. That's what I'd expect.
Yeah.
But I think because I sort of think that if gas is coming out,
Yeah.
it's coming out at like a speed, you know,
Yeah.
and it's always getting pushed up. The gas is always getting pushed up.
Yeah.
So then you put light on top of that. But
It's only going one way.
It's only going one way.
Yeah. So if you were to suck the gas back in, maybe there would be a problem.
Yeah. But does that fall down when you turn it lower? No, I don't think so. It still doesn't seem like a solid, reason though. Mm-hmm. I'm not convinced. That seems logical, sort of. It's just like the pressure of the gas is coming out. So
Could
it's
the
like
reason
always
be
pushing it. Like the flame is always trying to go back in, but it's only lighting the gas that's coming out at the same time. I don't know.
There you go. That was about 5 minutes of us not knowing.
Declaring that we do in fact not know.
So there you go, Rowan. There's
how many episodes is Rowan listening to that he should know that we know nothing? We don't know anything.
okay. Let me just check a fact here.
Okay.
This is AMA 61.0.
Yeah.
61 times, surely we haven't answered his question properly.
Yeah.
I don't know why he thought he was going to get a straight answer out of this for 61. He's like, 61, this is the one that they'll look into this.
I hope he hasn't had this conversation with like a work colleague or his wife or something.
Listen this week. They're going to answer my question.
I've got these guys. I know they will always answer the question correctly. It'll just take a few days, but don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yep. Send me one as a test. I bet you they'll answer it.
Yep. In that case, let's give him a definitive answer.
Yep.
Radio waves. That's why.
Yeah. Radio waves. Again.
And wink.
Yep. And a wink. Gives
And a
you
wink.
answer.
Anyway, that was it for another episode. Reddit on Reddit.
I'm just looking at the scale because we scale all these. It's rated fun.
Fun.
We've done it.
Episode 111 is fun.
That is
Now,
official.
It's done.
Oh my god.
But thank you for writing in, Ronans. And if you'd like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
At Facebook.
Yep.
And our Twitter.
Yep.
And our subreddit.
Ooh.
They're all READIT podcast.
Yep.
We'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe.
Yes.
And if you could rate us on iTunes, that would be just absolutely fantastic.
5 stars.
And 5 stars, 4 stars even, maybe. I'll take 4 stars. 3 stars though, just don't.
3 stars, you may as well give us one.
Don't
give us
but
one.
don't. but
you may as well.
Thanks for listening, and we will read you later.